Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, Facebook fam. I hope that your week has started off amazing. I hope that it has. My week has started off really, really busy. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you're putting in the chat where you're joining me from. I would love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Wife Chat. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife Chat with Dr. Gail goes down here on Tuesday. So please do me a huge, huge favor. Make sure that you're hitting the share button and letting all my One Sexy's wives know that I am on. Hello, Sunshine. How are you? How are you? I thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you for watching me on my YouTube page. I appreciate you. From Indiana. I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on my YouTube channel. I love you guys over there, and thank you so much for let me hit 10K. It has been a journey, and I never thought that I would reach that milestone so quickly. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, you guys, thank you so much for getting here on Wife Chat. Make sure that you're hitting the share button, letting all my One Sexy wives know. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would love to give you a shout out. And as I was saying, I hope you guys had a great weekend. And my week has been crazy. So I want to let you guys in on a little something. I started Wife Chat 5 years ago when I was confined in my bed, and I had just had hip surgery from a really bad car accident. So let's move forward. 5 years later, on this Thursday, September the 1st, I want you guys to really be in prayer for me, because I will be having another surgery on my hip. And my prayer is on Tuesday of next week, I will be back in my bed that became hugely famous. Hi, Angie from North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I miss talking to you. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. But you guys, y'all be in prayer for me, because I will be having a third hip surgery on the 1st, because the pain has gotten real. So I will be back in my bed on following Tuesday. Hopefully I'll still be able to go live, just depending on how I'm feeling. So, but again, I started Wife Chat because I was in my bed and people had started sending me questions. And so I just went live, and I've been doing it ever since, for 5 years now. And a lot of people ask me, why aren't you in your bed? Where did you buy your bed and all this kind of stuff? So my bed had became famous. So I will be either back in my bed or in my recliner, depending on what my orthopedic surgeon says that I have to have. But it is an in and out surgery. So thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate your prayers. I want to address two things one thing before I get started. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you for praying for me. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Angie, for praying for me. I had a lady that came for me, and she told me, and I've addressed this before. She told me that she's watched a lot of my videos and watched a lot of my lives, and I talk about marriage and all this kind of stuff, but I never wear my wedding rings on any of my lives or any in my videos. And I did a teaching a couple of years ago about a wedding ring does not make me married to Gail. Okay. A wedding ring is just a symbol. But let me just tell you, truth be told, I get hit on more when I wear my wedding rings than when I don't. But I wanted to come on here in case the lady is watching and tell her I do have wedding rings. I just choose not to wear them when I'm at home and working. Okay. So do you see that? I want you guys to see that I do have a wedding ring. Okay. But that does not make me committed to Gail, right? It does not make me committed to Gail. My heart, my mind, and my connection to God makes me connected to Gail. So I wanted to address that, because when I tell you, this lady wrote me a long email and telling me that I shouldn't be teaching people unless I wear my wedding ring. I don't get it, but I just wanted to address that ma'am, I do have a wedding ring. Okay, here it goes, and it's real. Okay, I just don't walk around with it on at home. And again, my heart and my mind and my body and my commitment and my covenant is to God, to God and to Gail, not this ring. Okay, I just want to say that. Okay. So I wanted to address that to let you know I do have a wedding ring. And if it offends you guys that I don't wear my wedding ring when I'm teaching, it does not mean that I don't have one. And it does not mean that I'm not married. I am. Okay. So let's get that taken care of. Thank you very much, Sunshine. But again, a ring does not make me married to Gail. My commitment to Gil and my love for him and my love for God, most of all, not wanting to disappoint him, is the reason why I continue to stay married and continue to work on my marriage and be transparent with you guys about all the mistakes that I have made in my marriage. Hello, Victor. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. And so I wanted to address that lady because she felt the need to tell me that. And so again, all right. So again, you guys, thank you for your prayers. Like I said, my surgery is on Thursday, and so hopefully I'll be back here, and I won't have on my rings and probably no jewelry because I will be recovering from surgery. But anyway, I'll be back on here on Tuesday, being that God makes sure that I'm good and everything, and I already know that I'm healed from the top of my head to the soles of my feet, so I'm good. And so anyway, with that being said, I want to talk about how to prepare for intimacy, and then she put sex with my husband. This the title of her email was really cute. It was titled "Super Tired Wife from New York City, the Bronx." And then she goes on to tell me that she's a police officer with 2 children. She's been married 12 years. She watched my video on YouTube, The 7 Effects of a Sexless Marriage Has on a Man. And she said she wanted me to address that. Hello, Jordan. How are you? I appreciate you joining me. You guys, I have to give a shout out to the man behind all of this. His name is Jordan, and he's on here right now. And without Jordan, my YouTube channel wouldn't have went from 49 followers to over 10,000 followers in less than 2 years. Jordan owns a media company, and he handles all of my social media and makes me look amazing on all my videos. So I just want to tell you, Jordan, thank you so much for joining me tonight. But anyway, this and I'll tag him in this video if any of you guys own businesses and need social media management. But anyway, she tagged me and she's like, how do she emailed me and said, how do I prepare for intimacy? And then she put sex with my husband. She watched the video, The 7 Effects of a Sexless Marriage Has on a Man. And she said she realized that all this, with her withholding sex, and with her being so tired as being a police officer, that it has affected not just her marriage, but it has affected her husband, which she said her husband was her best friend. And so I want to applaud this wife for realizing that when we're withholding sex from our spouses, right, and and we acknowledge that we're doing it, not always on purpose, right, but if we're doing it, she wants to know how to fix it, right? And so she's busy. She's a police officer, so I have to applaud her for protecting and serving her community over there in the Bronx. She has 2 children, and basically she went on to just to say, Doc, I'm just tired. I'm running on empty. I have nothing left, but I need to acknowledge my part in my marriage being sexless. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to just give you some really quick things that we as wives can do, because I understand what it is to be busy. I understand what it is to be overwhelmed. I understand all of those things when I worked outside my home and was not doing my practice, and trying to build my practice and working a 9-to-5 job as well. I totally get all of those things. So with that being said, I want all the wives on here to really look and understand, if it's not something that your husband has done to you. And I understand there's reasons why we quit engaging in sex. I understand that it could be hurt, it could be infidelity, it could be hormonal, it could be all of those things. But if I didn't get an opportunity to talk to this police officer, but the way it was written to me was, she is just overwhelmed, right? So when you're overwhelmed, and your marriage and your sex life is important to you, and I've taught so many times about the benefits of sex, right? It reduces stress. It does so much for the body. It lowers the blood pressure. It does so, when I tell you, give you good sleep, all of those reasons why you should engage in meaningful sex. Okay. As long as there's nothing going on outside the bedroom, she's just overwhelmed with her children, her job, and those kind of things. But it's mainly seems like it's her job. So this is the reason why I'm going to go this direction, because it seems as if she just is burnt out. It's nothing that her husband has done. Number one, you need to schedule sex. We schedule every single area of our lives. Schedule sex, right? We schedule hair appointments, we schedule all kind of different appointments, everything else. If you are overwhelmed, if you are tired, you need to schedule sex on the day that you're going to be least bogged down. So what you need to do is look at a calendar and say, you know what, on Tuesday, when I get home, I'm going to either take off early, not take a lunch during the day, and ask to be off an hour early if you can do that. However you need to arrange that, and I'm just using Tuesday as a day, right? But whatever day that is, start with one day. Don't try to start with a whole bunch of days. Start with one day and schedule sex, and tell your husband, listen, on Tuesday, it's your day. So that's the first thing. Make a schedule and be diligent on that day. Remove all the other extra stuff that you don't have to do on that day, and schedule sex, just like you schedule your hair appointments and all the rest of the stuff that we do. The second thing is, you need to learn to flirt with your husband all day. And the reason why you need to flirt with your husband all day is because for women, sex is 90% mental and only 10% physical. So we need to get yourself in a mental space where you're flirting with your husband and building that anticipation. Okay. Number three, you need to prepare your mind and your body. Prepare your mind and your body. When you have prepared your mind on Tuesday, me and my spouse are going to have mind-blowing sex. You have already prepared. Your children are going to be in bed. You have already prepared that what's going to happen. That's the reason why you're flirting with him all day. You have already prepared your body that you are going to be ready. Nothing is going to stand in your way. It's like whenever we set our minds as women to doing something, you know how we get diligent and we make it happen. You got to make it happen, because again, you don't want to continue to be in a sexless marriage. And she said she watched the video and she realized that all of those things that I said in that video was affecting her husband, and she wanted to change that narrative. So prepare your mind and your body. And what do I mean by preparing your mind? Shift your thinking. Whenever we're engaging in meaningful sex and it is pleasurable for us, it's because we have emptied our minds. We're not thinking about what we're going to eat. We're not thinking about what we missed, what we didn't accomplish at work. You have to empty your mind and ask God to make sure that you're 100% present in the moment. 100% present, and then prepare your body, whatever that looks like for you. Is it a good shower? Is it lingerie? Is it talking to yourself saying that you the bomb? Whatever that is, prepare your mind and your body. Number 4 is set the stage for romance. set the stage for romance. Too many of us go to bed looking like war. Too many of us are doing the same positions. Too many of us are doing the same exact thing. And that's the reason why we get into this rut. We set the stage for romance when you was dating them. You set the stage for all those kind of things. If you need some ideas, go to my website, gailcrowder.com. There's a ebook for like $2.99. There's 27 romance starters. All of the stuff that you need on there. I have so many ebooks and so many resources that's under $5 that literally is going to change your marriage and change your life. Okay. Hi, Cameron King. Good teaching. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Victor, thank you so much for joining me. You guys, Sunshine, thank you so much for joining me. Barbara, thank you so much for praying for me, Barbara. I appreciate you. That's my family member in Detroit. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. So again, set the stage for romance. Put on some candles, put on some good music, do something different to allow your husband to understand that you understand that this has affected him and that you want to make sure that you're meeting his needs, his basic needs. And I'm not saying that if it's other stuff going on outside the bedroom and all those kind of things to just bury those things. I'm not saying that you need to fix those. But at the end of the day, she came to me because this was affecting her. And then number 5, prepare your mind and your body to give and to receive pleasure. Prepare your mind and your body to give and to receive pleasure. Because again, 90% of amazing sex for a woman is mentally. If you prepare your body and you say, I am ready, I am wanting to orgasm. I want him to touch me. I am going to respond to physical touch. I'm going to respond to different sensations. Your body will line up if your mind is telling you to do so. The problem is that we're so somewhere else and we're just worried about hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And that's the reason why we don't receive pleasure. And we just think that he's always getting his and we're not getting ours. So you have to prepare your mind and your body to give and to receive pleasure. Okay. And so my prayer is that this teaching is going to help this wife from New York City, from the Bronx, who's a police officer. And I want to say thank you for serving and protecting and all those kind of things. But again, you don't have to stay where you are. You can do something just starting today. At least dedicate one day a week to have meaningful, present sex with your spouse, and then begin to add on to that. Because again, you're in a profession that is stressful, but you also want to take care of home. Because let me just tell you, if you get where you can't perform at work, they're going to replace you, and you want to still have that strong foundation and that marriage standing for your husband to welcome you back home. Okay. If there's any questions you guys have for me or whatever, please feel able to reach out to me. I'm available. Just know that if you want to schedule a 15-minute discovery call where I coach you through one situation and give you one tool or strategy, you can go to my website and schedule that. Just to let you know, next week is going to be blocked off because I do need time to recover, but you can get on my calendar for the following week, the week of the 12th and beyond that. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I am trying to see you win. Also, look on here. The body is just a servant of the mind. You are 100% correct, Cameron. It is a servant of the mind. So if you tell your body to line up, it's going to line up. But again, you guys, thank you so much. I love you guys to pieces. Also, go to my website, and you ladies, I'm telling you, bringing sexy back to the marriage in January the 20th and 21st is going to be off the chain. We're going to be talking about unleashing your sexy and I am going to go so deep, and I have some amazing teachers and speakers lined up that's going to pour into you guys. So you can go to my website, click under attend, and get your registration, because again, usually I have hundreds of women who come, but I'm limited down a little bit. Not that COVID is still present, but I still want to have, social distancing. So I'm limited to just 100 women this year. Well, I speak all the time in the future, but I'm limited to 100 women next year, at the beginning of next year. And so I'm excited about that. Again, if you guys have any questions, no question is off limits for me. Just email me. You can inbox me here on Facebook, and you can send me a message through YouTube. However you want to, just know I am the person who responds to all of my messages and stuff like that. I mean, my team gets on me all the time. They're like, Doc, you can't handle it all. But I always said, when God blesses me, never want to get where I can't respond to the people who support me. So I appreciate you. Hi, Sabrina. How are you? Feel better, Gail, and get some rest. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I am going to get some rest. Mr. Crowder has put down the law on me. So at least next week, like I said, if I can get on here, I will, because that's how Wife Chat started. I was laying in my bed and I want to talk to people. So that's how it started. But you guys just be in prayer for me for my surgery on Thursday. Hi, Tia, how are you? Yes, you are. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys over there as well. I appreciate all you guys on my Facebook channel. Look in the inbox. I will be tagging Jordan. Do me a favor, because I'm not good with that. If you still on here, please put your information on my page, and then I will also do it as well. If you got anybody needs social media management. Also, again, I love you guys to pieces. Continue to pray for me. If the ladies watch this thing, this is probably last time you see my full set, my ring. I do have a ring. And I will be teaching some more sessions and lessons without my ring. That does not make me married to Gail. I just wanted to tell a lady if she watches this. So I started off with that, and I ended with this, so she'll know that I do have a ring. For you guys who are just joining me, a lady came for me and said that I shouldn't be teaching you guys without my wedding ring on, since I stand for marriage, and that I needed to make sure that I wore my ring when I teach you guys. So I put it on tonight, but I won't be, that is not my go-to thing, because that does not make me married to Gail. You already healed in the Jesus name. Thank you so much. I receive that. So again, you guys, I love you guys to pieces. Please continue to send your questions. Please continue to support all my channels. Again, I will be tagging Jordan. If any of you guys are business owners and looking for social media management, he makes me shine every single day, and I appreciate him and his team. Again, go check out my website. If y'all want a free 15-minute consultation, I will help you with one thing and give you a tool, a strategy that I know works. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And then if you guys want more information about bringing sexy back to the marriage, I would love to see you guys in January. Awesome. So glad I could join. I appreciate you, Tawana. I appreciate you so much for joining me. You guys, you and Sabrina needed to tell me where you guys are joining me from, because I like this, I don't know if you're from Texas. Where are you from? Put in there where you from, so I can show you some love. But again, thank you guys so much. I am so grateful. I get the chance to do what I do every single day and help, couples and wives from around the world. And, Gail spoke this into my life years ago, because I used to be in the fashion industry. You in Washington, D.C.? Okay. So I'm going to see you in January then in Baltimore in my conference. I just know I will. So go to my website and check it out. But Gil sold this in my life years ago, and we were talking about it when we celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary in July. And he told me, he said, gee, all the stuff and all the chaos and all the stuff you put us through over the years. He told me this like almost 20 years ago. He says God is going to use your voice to talk to the world. And I'm telling you, he is doing it. Cameron, thank you for joining me from Athens, Georgia. And I am just like, this is blowing my mind. It literally is. I'm from MD, was traveling back. Oh, DJ. Oh, oh, okay. So I met you. Oh my God, this is crazy. Joanne. Hi, Miss Gail. My husband follows you. I'm kind of lost in our relationship. We had a great set of life until I got sick. He gets frustrated and gets angry. We want our intimacy back, but I have no drive. So whatever sex. So how can I get passive? Okay. So you have I don't want you to tell me what your medical condition is, but can you do me a favor? Uh can you inbox me today once you get off of here? If you can inbox me, and I would love to talk to you tomorrow. I would like for you to schedule a um thing tonight. It won't let you do it, but I'm gonna send you a special link because I really want to help you. Because if you have some kind of medical thing going on, we need to figure out what that is, and then I can tell you how I can help you. Like literally, God has blessed me. I mean, I went to school and I became a licensed sexologist. I don't know how many years ago, to really help women who are struggling with their libidos. And I can tell you, I can send you some resources to introduce back into your diet and to help you that if it's a hormonal thing, we can deal with that as well. So do me a favor and go inbox me here on Facebook if you can, GN, and let me know. Hi, Christian. How are you? I appreciate you. Hi, Marissa. I want to say that from St. Louis. I appreciate you. And so please, I want to help you before because Thursday I'm gonna be out of it. So I ain't gonna be able to help you but go in and inbox me. I'll send you a link and we can have a little 15-minute call because I don't want any woman suffering because I understand what it is to suffer with low libido. And that was the reason why I also started doing the work I was doing because at age 38, I had a total hysterectomy. So I went from a high sex drive to none. And I understand what it is to struggle, understand what it is to not have none, but I also understand what it is to get my sexy back. And that's when I started bringing sexy back to the marriage. Hey, Leo, how are you? How you doing? Your wife was on here too. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so again, I want to see you guys win. Y'all don't understand how much I want to see you guys win. So please do me a favor and inbox me. And if there's nothing else, you guys continue to pray for me for Thursday. Pray for my family because you know they're gonna be cooking for themselves. They're gonna be cooking for themselves. Gil can cook. It's the other people that live under the household that carry the crowd of names that might be struggling. So they might, lose a couple of pounds because I ain't gonna be cooking. I usually cook Monday through Thursday for my family. That's the way I show them love. And so most people are like, Gail, you cook? Yes, I do. I absolutely love to cook, and I hate to say it, but I am a really good cook. But they're gonna be struggling for the next couple of weeks, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But anyway, I love you guys. If you need me, you guys know how to contact me. Don't get discouraged if you go on my calendar next week and it's blocked off. It's because I'm recovering. If God says so, I will be on here next Tuesday. I will not have on my jewelry, lady, but I probably will be in my bed from recovering. That made me famous from doing wife chat to begin with. And again, I love you guys, and I will see you preferably say next week, next week, next week, next week.